Hey guys, it's Mari, and Kelly and I are back with another challenge this week for Scrap the Challenge. This week we're going to use this ISpy with PI, which is a Paper Issues challenge from National Scrapbooking Day. I'm also going to be incorporating this sketch that I'm just showing you here, which I pinned on Pinterest. And I took two different words or phrases from that Paper Issues ISpy list, and those were tree and flower. And I'm just showing you here my two pictures. The one is of my Thunderchild crab tree in my backyard, and the other is one of my peony blossoms from my front yard. So actually it's kind of funny that peony blossom, you can actually even see the flies on it, which is interesting. I took that just with my iPhone 6, and I don't know, turns out that's a pretty good camera. So it was just kind of interesting that I captured that detail on that blossom. A friend of mine is going to be using my peonies for her daughter's wedding here in about a week. And so I've been taking photographs of my peony blossoms for about the last week, just to send her so that she can see what stage they're at. And she's got it all sorted out exactly how she's going to do that. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be using this really gorgeous heavy Carta Bella white shimmer paper as my base. And this is beautiful paper, especially for building a layout on top of, because it is a very solid piece of cardstock. And it just has a really pretty shimmer to it. And so I'm going to be taking a bunch of different products from the Pink Paisley Moonstruck collection, and I still have quite a bit of that in my stash, and I just thought that it was, the colors in it really complement these photographs, and so that is what I went with. And of course that sketch, so the sketch called for one 4x6 photograph and one 4x3 photograph, and I really liked how that looked. I like the design of that, and I thought that I could make that work with the photographs that I had captured and what I chose off of that ISpy list. So I took one of the little journaling cards from the Moonstruck collection as well, and this pink paper that I've decided to use for matting the photographs and that journaling card on from that collection. So I just sized that down slightly, and now I'm taking this brighter pink paper, which I thought would look really pretty behind the lighter pink, just to kind of make everything pop a little bit more and to draw out the really beautiful pink tones that are in both the blossoms on the tree and the peony blossom as well. So I like how that looks, and I am going to just run that strip all the way across the entire width of the paper, and just so that it's slightly larger than the mat of the lighter pink paper. Now I want to just pop that lighter pink paper up above the dark pink a little bit, and that's exactly the way that it is in the sketch as well. So, you know, I just really love using a sketch when I don't have a ton of time, and this layout really had to go together in an evening, and I really only had about 2 hours to work on this, and I am a super slow scrapper. If you followed me for a while, you have heard me talk about that before. I do not scrap quickly. I sometimes take 2 or 3 days to work on a layout, revisit it. Sometimes layouts come together very quickly. It just kind of depends. But lately I just haven't had much time to dedicate to scrapbooking. And so this one I found did come together much more quickly with the use of the sketch. Now, on the sketch, there was a suggestion of kind of a floral cluster right where I'm putting this one. And so what I did was I went into my stash and I got some of those, remember those gorgeous Maggie Holmes open book die cut florals? I bought multiple packs of those. I still have some of them in my stash, and I absolutely love them. So I just picked out a few from that collection, quite a few of the vellum ones. I just really wanted the really light tones. And I also used a little die cut flower from the Moonstruck ephemera pack as well. Now these little foliage die cuts here, I cut on my silhouette just from a Silhouette Design Store cut file, just some really basic leaves and vines. And I just really like how that white is really soft, and it just adds sort of like a really feminine, sort of delicate touch, I think, to that floral cluster that's kind of at the bottom of those photographs. So I'm just working on layering those photographs up. I'm going to use a little bit of foam adhesive on the top ones so that they pop up off the bottom ones a little bit more. And that scallop cut file that I have at the bottom there, I cut on my Silhouette. That's just a scallop cut file again from the Silhouette Design Store. So just really simple. I just stretched it so that it would be the complete length going across the layout, and I cut it with just a really pale green pattern paper from Moonstruck again, and I just thought that pale green would pick up on the pale green that's in that journaling card, as well as of course the greens that are in the photograph. And I have one leaf on that floral cluster that's got, or a couple of leaves on that Moonstruck die cut that's got a little bit of greenery on it as well. Now I just stuck that doily up at the top on the left side of behind the photographs, just to add a little bit of detail up there. And I'd planned to put my title there as was suggested in the sketch. And excuse me, that title is just coming from a die cut from the Moonstruck collection as well. So you can see that this is going to be a really simple layout. Like I said, it came together very, very quickly. I'm just going to add a few more of the little embellishments from that Moonstruck collection. And I do have the little cork pieces that have the really pretty fleck of gold, and I'm going to just continue to add a few more little gold details here. So I'm going to just take a little sticker from these acetate stickers. I end up putting one down at the bottom by that butterfly die cut, and it says Wildflower. And yeah, I just popped a couple more of those little cork pieces around, one at the bottom by that butterfly, and another one on the journaling card, and then over at the top by the doily. And I am going to, let's see, maybe add some splatters next. I'm kind of trying to remember what I did next for this one. Just kind of looking at it, I guess, at this point and deciding what else I wanted to do with it. Definitely wanted to add a little bit more gold, and so I just grabbed my Heidi Swap Color Shine in Gold out of my collection of mists and decided to just tap a little bit of the gold Heidi Shine on here, and I just really love how that finishes it off. I wanted to protect the photographs just with a little bit of coverage there so that I didn't get any of that Heidi Shine on my pictures, and so that is going to just nicely finish that off. And I will now just take some gold glitter paper and add a couple of little strips of that below and above that hot pink pattern paper at the bottom and the top, like I said. And I just really like how this finishes it off. I did think about mounting the whole layout onto some black cardstock just to pop the whole thing up off of black, but I tried that and I didn't really like it. I thought that it just was too harsh, and I just really like the softness of this layout. I think it's just really pretty, and just the little addition of the doily, the lacy doily, and those really fine cut file cuts from the Silhouette Store, I think just add just that perfect little amount of delicate nature to this layout, which is about nature. Hey, if you haven't checked Kelly's layout yet, check the description box below. I am going to have a link to Kelly's channel in my description so that you can pop over to her channel and see what she did for the ISpy challenge. Thanks a lot to Paper Issues for all of the amazing inspiration they offered for National Scrapbooking Day, and we're still using some of those ideas for our challenges here. So thanks to Cassie over at Paper Issues. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Here's some still shots. Bye-bye.